Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Hilda Prashesha from 10-6. Today, I want to make a video about cases of lack of interest in reading among school children. The lack of interest in reading in Indonesia is influenced by the lack of interest and lack of school library facilities. This is the main factor causing students low interest in reading. Meanwhile, schools are not always able to foster reading habits in students. One of the reasons why Indonesian people are increasingly reluctant to read books is because of technological developments. These developments may have a positive impact on infrastructure but can significantly reduce interest in literacy. External factors causing students low interest in reading are the school's environment being less supportive and the role of the library not being optimal, limited books or reading materials, less supportive families, and the influence of watching television and using cell phones. Apart from that, did you know the based on the survey conducted by the Program of International Student Assessment or PISA in 2019, Indonesia's reading interest was ranked 62nd over 70 countries. In other words, Indonesia is included in the 10 countries that have the lowest literacy levels among the countries surveyed. Before of that, let's see this video.
Reading out loud to young children is hugely beneficial. Primarily, we talk a lot about early on that important bond that happens between parent and child. Children learn best through those warm, engaging interactions with those closest to them, like mom, dad, grandma, siblings. So you can follow their cues, you can encourage their interests, you can encourage their development. And as far as long-term effects, it certainly follows them into school readiness, language development, thinking skills, problem solving.
It increases your vocabulary, and vocabulary in itself for a child who goes into first grade is one of the best predictors of how they're going to do when they're in fourth grade as far as reading comprehension. So it's all connected. It also helps increase their imagination, a little bit of empathy because they're putting themselves into the characters they're reading about, decreased disruptive behaviors in school, increased attention span. It helps bring families together, even for busy people. This is the time they get together and bond. And you might have kids of different ages, and you can all still sit together and read different books.
There is no time too soon to start. We often encourage families who are expecting a new baby to start that routine then. Baby hears you while they're in the wombs. And certainly at birth, it becomes much more exciting. Holding them close, they are not necessarily going to be attentive to the words in the book, but it's them hearing the language and hearing the sounds and the rhythm of the language is really setting the tone for what will take place later when they begin to speak. It's all precursor to school readiness and success in school and even further in life.
The books that you read to your kids, it definitely depends on the age of the child's interest, and how, their maturity, how developed they are.
So early on, birth to say 6 to 12 months, a lot of the books are going to be very basic, limited in the text and pictures, which is what you want. You want to really just be spending that time holding baby, making eye contact, maybe pointing some things out.
Books with different textures, so they can touch and feel. And as they get a little older, you can start reading small storybooks. Pop-out books are a lot of fun. And then maybe you want to ask questions to the child. What do you think is going to happen in the next page? Or where's the cow? So that kind of helps with the child learning.
Choosing books that are interesting to them. If they like trucks or they like animals, they'll be lighting up and participating, pointing to pictures, looking for things that are familiar to them.
I usually try to tell parents, try to read every night, because then that's a routine for you. Your child knows that, hey, before bedtime, when I'm relaxed and quiet, this is what we do. We brush our teeth and we read a book.
They'll look forward to that built-in part of their routine and bring books to the experience and almost maybe look forward to that bedtime.
You might start with just a few minutes to begin with. And as kids get older, of course, they might start reading to you, which is also great because then you can kind of regulate how is their vocabulary, how's their pronunciation.
The libraries can help you find the perfect book. And there's a myriad of different topics available for young children. Early Child Alliance is thrilled to be partnered with Parkview in many different ways. We certainly are proud to have at a couple of different pediatric sites through Parkview our Books and Docs program, which is where families are able to receive books at the well child checks. This gives the nurses and doctors an opportunity to have that tool to share with families that they take home while they're giving them the important messages about reading aloud and the big impact that it can have on their life.
Well, Bernas High School has implemented a literacy system every morning on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So in this literacy program, it is hoped that all Bernas High School students can increase their interest in reading to open their windows to the world even wider. So, in my opinion, solution to the lack of interest in reading in Indonesia has been implemented by national high schools. And it is effective in reawakening the curiosity of all students in reading books. With the facilities provided by school libraries, national high schools can be one step ahead. Each school has its own characteristics. Bernas can do it, sure can do it, must definitely be able to do it. Thank you for watching my video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.